Hey guys, what's up? Hope you're all good. Just coming on here to give you a voiceover for this glute activation circuit. This is great for all runners, all lifters, everyone looking to become a little bit more mobile and strong through their midsection. So strengthening through their baseline core, but then into hip flexors and glutes. It's about 4 minutes this circuit takes, and everything is about 5 exercises. Okay, the first movement is a glute bridge. Okay, so you can see here, I've just got the heels down on the floor. Kind of up to you if you want to go flat-footed. I personally feel that I can feel the glutes a little bit more if I just go heel. See how I'm curling my spine off the floor though. So we're going posterior pelvic tilt. So tucking the bum underneath us, curling the spine up off the floor, squeezing the glutes at the top, and then rest. If you can do that, then the next thing to progress onto is the single leg glute bridge. Now the key here is really pushing through the heel, trying to pull. I'm doing my left leg right now. Pull your left heel towards your body and don't try and push away. We want the prime mover really to be glutes and hamstrings. We don't want the quads to come into play too much here. Really tricky when we play around with these levers because we're actually rotating about the knee, but we want the load eventually will be at our hips when we're doing a hip thrust. But right now we're just trying to really pull that heel in. 5 reps of both. Okay. Now we're going to pull over onto all fours. And we're just going to play around with happy cat, side cat. So I spoke earlier about that posterior pelvic tilt. This is anterior, this is posterior pelvic tilt. So tucking the bum underneath, then sticking the bum out. But it's all to do with the pelvis. It's not really to do with my back. Yeah, fine, you can play around with that rounding, but it's more to do with the pelvis here. So we just have an understanding and an idea of where we are. Okay, now we're going to find that neutral point, bring the abs on, and then we're going to go through fire hydrants. So see how my shoulders aren't moving at all, but I'm just abducting that knee out to the side, keeping it bang on in line, and nothing else moves apart from that hip. So if you try and rotate too much, you'll open up at the shoulders, and we don't want that. We want you just to rotate at the hip. Cool, now we're going to move to those these forward trail leg hurdle drills. So again, we're just looking for rotation here. You can see there's a little bit of tweaking at my core, which is not what we want, but you can play around with that internal external rotation at the knee, but it's just see how static the rest of my body is apart from at the hip. Imagine you're coming over a hurdle. That's the whole idea, okay? And it's all about making sure that you keep the hips pointing forward. We call it hip staying square, and that's being keeping the points at the 2 points at the hip and 2 points at the shoulder square to each other. I suppose it's more like a rectangle. Now I'm doing hurdle trail leg backwards. Exactly the same drill, but you drive the knee forwards, out to the side, and then out back and straight. But really trying to keep those hips square the whole time. I'm not doing a great job on this second side, so clearly a little bit tighter here. But I would rather you go through a smaller range of motion than try and open it up too much. Cool, now I'm on window wipers. So straight leg now, abduction from the side, each side. Really nice movement to just keep nice and strong through the core, keeping the hips square. I think I'm going to do this from the other side just to show you the angles that we're really looking for. They're trying to keep that foot perpendicular. Yeah, so here I'm over exaggerating the range, whereas now I need you to keep the back nice and flat, keep the abs on, and just go to the range that you feel you can hit with perfect form. Over time that range will improve, but right now we're not looking to rush it. Cool, I think we've got one more exercise. We've got donkey kicks to finish, okay? So normally you wouldn't have a boxing ball above you to try and kick, but you can see that it actually really helps. I'm hitting this quite fast because I do want you to try and fire up the glutes nice and quickly, but keep the abs nice and tight. I don't want you to arch the back. Keep the abs neutral like we do when we run, and we want to keep the knees straight. We don't want to have any rotation at the hip. We just want to have that flexion. So guys, hope you found this video useful. Any questions, drop me a message or in the comment section below.